support and all that stuff.
Oh,
So yeah, so I try to have a better list for the cold email and cold calls too.
okay.
And,
Yeah, I would just add more keywords to your filters then.
yeah,
Make it
yeah, that's what I did.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And do you have do you pay for Apollo or you use a scraper?
No, I just pay for Apollo.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing? You pay for Scraper?
Yeah, yeah, but yesterday the scraper worked, and
Mhm.
today the scraper doesn't work. And I spent like 2 hours to try to figure it out, and it
It's just too
doesn't
much
work.
time goes wasted into, like, setting up these automations. I rather just, like, spend
Yeah,
that time making the phone calls.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? And then that just pays for the Apollo subscription, so I would spend most of your time there.
yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Apollo has like a 2 week like trial too, like you could use too.
exactly. So if you get the premium plan, you can get, like, a two-week trial on their premium plan.
yeah. I really passed it.
Oh, you
So
passed it.
yeah, I need to pay like 100.
Just start a new Apollo account.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will do
That's
that.
the option, and then just spend, like, 2 weeks doing so much calls that you at least get, like, 1 client, so you can pay
Yeah.
for the subscription, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Darian, so what did you do today?
Yeah, so I wasn't able to call as much today, because I mainly because I was at this thing all day. But one of the guys I did follow back with, I was supposed to go meet with him
Okay.
in person,
Uh-huh.
but I called him back just to, like, to make sure it was okay,
Yeah.
like with him and he was there and everything. And he told me that like I needed to remind him, I guess, because like he wanted a meeting with like him and all the, I guess, the managers.
Yeah.
And so I was on the phone with him, and then I was telling him that we could just do a Google Meet. That'd probably be better to kind of get everybody in the meet together versus like me having to physically go there
Right.
on Mondays. And so he gave me an email to kind of like go back and forth with and see like when everybody's available. So I'm trying to email that back and get that set up.
Right, so how many people are on there, like, are supposed to show up?
I'm not sure. I didn't ask, but he gave me an email. I was like asking for like a contact to like go back and forth with him when we could set up the meeting. He gave me an email, so that's all I have for right now.
Okay, and what company is this? Is it plumbing business?
Yeah, it's
Alright,
called
I would
Link Tech.
okay. Yeah, email and try to schedule a time. They're definitely interested, so
Yeah,
and when you do end up booking them or you do have a time set in stone, like, make sure you, like, set in reminders and stuff. I usually what
okay.
I do is, like, I want, like, a verbal, like,
Yes.
confirmation, like, "Are you coming or are you not gonna be able to make it?" So I
Yeah.
usually send that, like, 1 or 2 days before the actual meeting, just so we don't
Okay.
waste anyone's time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, alright, so that's okay. So you didn't really get a chance to do a lot of cold calls today?
Yeah.
What time is it for you?
Currently 3:18, so I can still
Okay.
call after this. Yeah.
You still have, like, 3 hours to make cold calls, so just try to get,
Yeah.
like, 20 done, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really gonna add up, and missing days, like, you miss 1 day, you miss another, you know what I mean? You don't wanna go
Yeah. It
down.
just stacks up.
Exactly. And it gets more fun once you start doing it, like, Daniel was telling me, like, dude, like, adrenaline and shit, like, once people start picking up and start booking demos, you just wanna keep doing more, so it's
I
really what it
agree.
um, alright. What
Even
about
with the like the calls that I did,
yeah,
because like Apollo like is pretty solid on like even on the phone numbers.
yeah.
Like I'll call like even if they don't answer, like it'll be like, oh, this is so and so. I'm like, okay, so it's the right number. This is like their number that I'm
Mhm.
calling.
Yeah,
It's good,
Apollo's
but like a lot of times they just don't pick up, and I'll leave a voicemail. But I guess you like with those leads, you just keep calling them. Like you
I would
call them
yeah, I would
or
add them into, like, a Google Sheets, and then I'll try again next week.
okay,
Yeah, because as long as they're actual numbers, like, why not? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, they're busy, so it makes sense that not a lot of people are gonna pick up.
yeah,
Um, yeah. So once you do like I said, once you do get a client, I'll obviously you can just pay for an automation software. It makes a
um,
phone call for you. You just sit there, and the software just connects you with people that pick up. So you don't even need
okay,
to deal with, like, any low pickup rates or anything.
okay.
Are you doing anything else in terms of your outreach? Are you doing LinkedIn or
I did LinkedIn too. Like a lot of the business owners that I was calling, I was also like trying to find information on there. Kind of do it that way too. And I found some of them.
Mhm.
and I followed them, and then I sent a message through Sales Navigator, but none of them have responded yet. I kind of just sent a message.
Through Sales Navi. Oh, you send them an in-mail.
I'm not sure exactly how that works
Yeah,
with
because on LinkedIn, you have to
Sales
connect first.
Navigator.
Yeah, on LinkedIn, you connect first, you wait for them to accept your connection, and then you can send them, like, a private message.
Okay.
And in-mail, on the other hand, is, like, just like a random like, I don't know if you get in-mails on LinkedIn, but it's like marketing message, like, a lot they get a lot of those emails on LinkedIn, a lot of the times they won't even
Um,
um,
okay.
but when you connect with them and then send them a message, they get a notification, it's way higher response rates. I would
Okay.
recommend if you are messaging the same people you're calling, I would just be like, "I just give you a ring, I would love to connect with
Sure.
you," or
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah, okay. Alright,
Does it still allow you to like, I guess, follow them? Because like for
mhm,
me, like when I used to, like my end, it'll be like, oh, send a message with Sales Navigator as like an option versus
yeah,
just
that
like I
they're
guess I
definitely
would just have to wait for them to
yeah,
accept.
so
You
click connect, and then usually it has an option where you can add a connection note, and then
Okay.
in that note, I would mention the fact that you called them and I'm just trying to connect with you, like, not super long, just one-liner,
Okay.
and that way they know, okay, like, you called me, you're like, I'll accept you, whatever. Um, yeah. Okay, Renee, how's it going with you?
Hello. Still the same spot I was Friday. I don't remember. Sunday?
Friday.
The last call. Friday. Um, I'm planning on recording my own voice tomorrow
Okay.
for like 2, 3 hours, and then yeah, I'm like kind of stuck right now because my agent isn't working properly, so I can't start calling people. So hopefully after I record my own call, it'll work.
So it's just mainly the voice, right? The does it follow the rules and stuff?
Well, when I test it, it does, but then when I call it, it goes off script. So I'm
When
not
you say
really
follow
sure.
the rules, like, is it, like, completely different from
Like
what
it, yeah. Well, it does follow the rules, but it goes very long. So, for instance, I have when I test it, it's like, "Hi, how are you? What can I have your number?" And then it goes off the script. But then when I call it, it starts talking very long with very long sentences and crazy stuff. So I'm not really sure what that is.
Okay, let me quickly pull up your prompt here. Okay, I can see right now you don't have, like, examples in there.
Okay.
So you need to put, like, exact examples. If the user says, "Hello, how should you respond?"
Okay.
So you have to define exactly what to say. You can't let it, like, just be creative. And so that's why it's,
Okay.
like, just saying whatever it's saying that you know what I mean? It's just going off the script. So if you look at my prompts, I always have, like, specific examples. If the user says, "Hello, can I book an appointment?" This is what you're supposed to respond with.
Okay.
So I would add that, and that way it would just follow the script every single time.
So I like kind of got thrown off a little bit because there are so, in my opinion, so many different types of prompts, and then you
Mhm.
you have to add the FAQ, and I'm like, I don't, it's so much, I don't know what to put in. So maybe I have to just redo it all over again or something.
Um, let me see. So let me quickly translate this to
Gemini. Like me is what I
Well,
do.
Gemini's not working for me, so I
Yeah,
can't
but
really ask.
use ChatGPT.
yeah, you can use
Yeah.
ChatGPT. But what were you
Yeah, I copy paste the role prompt and like the transcript they call you did and why you say what is the problem and you're gonna find you a solution. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work, but
It gives you a good idea of what's going wrong, though. Definitely
yeah,
does.
Yeah.
exactly.
But I can easily tell the problem with your prompt is you don't have specific examples for the AI to follow.
Okay.
So I would always add those. And then give it a try. I'm not sure why it's so long though, your prompt. It's pretty long.
I know, right?
Yeah. So I would just get rid of like whatever is not really needed.
Okay.
And then add those examples and then try it again. I think it definitely should work.
But it's still confusing why when I test it, because I've tested it a lot,
Uh-huh.
and then when I call it, it goes off script, which is weird. but I'll definitely try to change my prompt, but still that part is a little bit weird.
Yeah. So when you say like testing, you mean like chatting in the retail?
Yeah, chatting.
Yeah. So when you're chatting, you're obviously typing it in, so there's no like the AI can't misinterpret what you said. On the other hand, when you're calling, it might think you're saying something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of where the problem can be.
I do
But
have
yeah.
a question, because I remember me testing it and I was just speaking to my partner right before it picked up, and it like it did something weird, obviously. But that's a real scenario of when someone calls like the plumbing industry and you're talking to someone and then the AI responds very quickly and then it just goes like, can I help you? Is there something you can do about that?
So when you're talking to someone, like what do you mean? Like you're talking to someone, you call the
So
AI?
when
Yeah.
I want to call the plumbing business because
Yeah.
my toilet is overflowing,
Whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
like screaming to my partner, "Oh my God, my blah." But then you're talking, and but the AI picks up so fast that it also records that last part of what you're saying, and therefore
Cool edge case. Yeah.
yeah, because that's a realistic thing that could happen, right?
That is a realistic thing. So the way I would fix that is just by having that strict script that it needs to follow every time. When it's always greet with this. This is
Yeah.
the greeting message. This is what the user usually would respond with, and then you say this after. That way,
Yeah.
it doesn't say anything else other than just follow what you told it to follow.
Okay.
Yeah. So give that a try. That should fix the problem.
Also, for your prompt, when you're saying you're having issues with it saying stuff and going off a script, I had that same issue. It's you might not have noticed it, but if your prompt is very long, you probably have a lot of repetitions in there, and it just messes it up from there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go through your prompt, and if you see something at the top, and you have like basically the same thing 3 4 lines down or in a different section the same thing, that will usually tend it to go off script.
Okay.
And the order of like your rules, that will really matter as well.
Mhm.
So you might want to check both those things
Yeah,
because
but her
those are
AI,
definitely
it doesn't have a script to follow in the first place. So that's the one issue, and the other one can be repetitions.
Yeah.
If it's
oh
repeating multiple things, and that's also, yeah.
Okay.
Um. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Us joined a bit late. What's up with you? What'd you do today?
sorry, were you talking to me? Your voice cut out.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to you.
Oh yeah, I had miscommunication. I had a night shift that I had overtime with, so I confused 3 and 4 together. So I kind of slept through my alarm.
All
But
good. Yeah. What did you do in terms
but
of your outreach, cold calls, anything on the?
outreach, I've been trying to connect with at least 10 people a day on LinkedIn, so my connections are going up slowly.
Yeah.
As slowly messaging people just so my account doesn't get burnt out.
Mhm.
I called 15 more people, got 0 pickups, but I've looked over like trying to fix my tonality and like that cold calling guide and whatnot. So I've just
Yeah.
been trying to practice
Yeah. You sent me the recording. The main
yeah
problem all of you guys have is just the tonality and just like properly just being yourself. You guys are following like script to the T, right? And that way, like it just sounds very robotic. So that's
yeah.
just what it is. Okay. So 15 calls, no pickup. I would aim for like when you're doing cold calls, I wouldn't look at how many calls you made. I would look at how many conversations you had. So just aim for
Mhm.
like 3 conversations if possible.
3 a day that I should have.
Yeah.
Okay. As well as I had my agent tested out by a couple friends. I was like, this is a friend's company. They don't like their receptionist. How does it sound? Just to get their input. And they all told me my agent sounded kind of like dead or like no emotion. So I was just trying to like adjust the tonality and the speed.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like it sounded fine to me. Your friends are obviously like not in the industry, right? They wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
They're not really plumb, like they don't own a business, right? So It's completely
Yeah.
different when you show this to an actual business owner. Especially like the older folks, they're
Mhm.
usually like mind blown. Like they always say like, dude, this is like low-key getting scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, I would definitely aim for more. And I did make a new Discord. It's called like the Discord tab.
Mhm.
It's called Accountability Lab, and I would recommend like everyone post in there. If you don't
Mhm.
post, I would just assume you did nothing. So every end of
Okay.
the day, just like similar to what Daniel posted in there, the activity you did, how many responses, your feedback, whatever, and just post that every end of the day.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll do that today.
Okay, awesome. I just want to quickly go over Felix cold email, which is really good. I think you guys can learn a lot from this. So this is his cold email, and AI for company name, 4 question marks. All right, this is good. Like you're standing out. Subject line is good. Getting straight to the point. He didn't say hi, how are you, or hope you're doing well. It's just like hi, first name. Do you hate losing 20% of your revenue to OTAs? He's using industry specific words because you and I don't even know what OTA is, but I searched it up. It's a hotel specific word, and that's fucking amazing. And then he's like,
Yeah.
what if it's simply because guests can't reach your front desk when they call? I can show you how your calls can be answered 95% of the time, 24/7. The only issue here is I would also reference the fact that you would do it with AI. You didn't really mention that. I would do that, and then just remove that last line. You never want to ask for the meeting in the first email. It's the biggest mistake you can make. Rather, what you should say is give them like a soft call to action. Something like, "Would you be open to giving this a try? Would you be open to exploring?" Question mark. Do you want to give it a try? Right. So it's something like a question mark, like a question, and that way you get way higher response rates. And usually, when you include links in the initial email, it's gonna go to spam.
Yeah, I changed it for what you say.
Awesome. Other than
Yeah.
that, this is a really solid email, and so I'm pretty excited to see your results with this. Um, so that's pretty good. What else? Let me.
Yeah, and I need to create follow up too.
Yeah. Create follow-ups. In the follow-ups, you're basically just answering. You're talking more about your company because in the initial email you mentioned basically nothing, right?
Yeah.
In the upcoming emails, I would talk about all the features that your AI has. It's ultra realistic. It's like having a normal conversation with a human. It can pick up the phone calls 24/7, book people directly into your system. And then all of your follow-ups from there is just you answering questions that they might have.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay? Send me those
And
follow-ups.
I create like 6 or 7 follow up or
Nice. I would do like 4 to 5.
okay.
4 to 5 is
Perfect.
good. After that, yeah, 4 to 5 is good. After, if you don't respond to 4 or 5 of your emails, they're not interested. So I would just leave it there.
Yeah, perfect.
The people that do respond, make sure you capture their email and put it inside of a Google Sheet or an Excel, and then build that list up. Once it's over like 50 emails, you want to send them one newsletter per week. So you want to stay top of mind. What newsletter basically means is like you're telling them whatever is new is in the industry. Maybe there's a new AI model. Maybe there's a client win that you just had, right? So you're just staying top of mind, so they know, all right, this company, like, they remember your name.
Yeah.
This applies to everything, by the way. If you cold call someone, gives you their email, you want to store that email somewhere forever because you're gonna be hitting them up every single week. Okay. Let me review this cold call by Daniel real quick. I already gave some feedback, but wait 1 sec. Okay. All right. Someone is not muted, by the way. It's like, okay.
So this is the office number, right? Yeah, this is the office line. Wonderful. Okay. So how did you find our contact info? It's actually because I'm I'm actually in contact with a lot of chiropractic clinics in your area. So it came up there.
Okay, she asked you a question and you just ended it with a sentence. You always want to ask a question when they ask you a question, right? What you could have said at the end is like, Why is this not a? Am I catching you at a bad time? They're like, no, no, it's not that. I just wanted to know, right? But you didn't even ask her a question. Now it's just like so awkward. It's just like, what is she supposed to say to that?
And I was
How
actually
awkward that is, bro. What? No.
wondering if because I'm not sure if this is something that you guys are aware of, but a lot of company or chiropractic companies that I work with, they have a problem with lost revenue in lost funds. So I was actually wondering if you guys had some numbers on how many lost funds you guys have.
Okay. You're clearly not following with script. So I would I would type that script, print it out, and have it in front of you. Because you just had a brain fart. You just said like, do you know how many lost phones you have? Like, what does that even mean? Right? This is a. I mean, she's still having a conversation with you. That's good. But like,
It's, a lot of company or chiropractic companies that I work with, they have a problem with lost revenue in lost funds.
lost revenue and lost phones. That makes absolutely no sense. Okay.
So I was actually wondering if you guys had some numbers.
And why'd you straight up ask her questions about her business? You have to get permission, right? You would say, so a lot of chiropractic clinics that I speak to in your area, they seem to miss a lot of revenue from missed calls. Look, I don't even know if this would make sense for you, but would you be opposed to asking a few questions? Right? And then if she's like, all right, no problem, go ahead. That's when you start to ask questions like, all right, so how many calls are you getting? You would ask an easy question like that first. You wouldn't just say, so do you know how much money you're losing over missed calls? Like, she doesn't know that. You have to make them aware of the problem. Like a lot of the people you call, their ego is like very high. And so your whole goal is to bring that ego down. And the way you do that is by asking like strategic questions that make them understand what the problem is. You would start off with a basic question, how many calls do you get on a monthly basis or a weekly basis? And then you would ask, do you know what percentage of those calls are missed? Right? And then from there, if she says like 30%, you could just do a quick math. All right, she said 30% of 300, right? You would say, oh, that's like, this many calls you're missing. Like, how are you currently dealing with that? Right? That way you can make them feel like shit. That's really the whole goal. Even with your sales calls, like the biggest thing like you can take away from this is like you have to make your prospects feel like shit. If you don't, they're not gonna buy. So your calls have to be a roller coaster. When they pick up the phone or get on a call with you, their ego is like very high. They're totally fine. They don't have any issues. Nothing. You have to bring that ego down.
On how many lost funds you guys have. I see. Okay, that's no worries.
That is a worry. What do you mean that's no worries?
But do you guys have like a problem with lost phones, inbound calls, or after hours?
That's like I wouldn't even know how to answer that question. Right? So, I mean, we can just stop this there. You just messed it up. She just told you she had a problem. Like, oh yeah, if it does goes to like if I don't miss it, it just goes to voicemail. Then I call her back. Right? You can mention like, all right, like, do you know exactly what the number is? Right? But again, like the question you just messed up from the beginning. But definitely have the script in front of you, print it out, and follow that script. Don't skip it. What I realized from your previous calls is you skip some steps sometimes. Sometimes you don't say what your name is. You go straight to the question, right? So that's why it's really important to have that structure in front of you. That all right, you start off with confirming, is this the business owner's name? So is this Alyssa? Confirmed, yes. Then you introduce yourself, quick little intro. This is just Daniel from Infinity, whatever. And then you would ask questions. But yeah, it's good that you're doing it though. It's good that you're doing it. But make those changes. Definitely print out the script in front of you, and then try again. Your tonality was actually pretty good. Like you were doing a lot of pauses. You're speaking really slowly. That helps a lot. So you definitely made some progress there. It's just that your script is like very off. Um. So yeah, that's what I would recommend for you. Again, you guys are improving though. That's good. Then it's good you're recording these calls as well, so I can review. Felix, I definitely want you to record Husnut, Darian, keep recording them, and so that way I can see your progress and obviously give you feedback. Yeah, Other than that, I don't really have any other calls to review from anyone else. So yeah. Okay. Does anyone have any questions before we go?
You booked a call, didn't you? Or like a appointment?
What'd you say?
Didn't you book a appointment or like a
He's talking about the TikTok you posted, new HVAC.
Oh, the HVAC, the TikTok that I posted. Yeah, it was over the
yeah?
Thanksgiving, and it was actually on the 29th, which is pretty cool. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a HVAC company. It wasn't that big, but $2,500 setup fee, $700 a month. Solid client. I love HVAC companies because their integrations are like super easy, and a lot of the business owners are like very like boomer. They're pretty old, and so like for them, like it's like mind-blowing technology. But yeah,
Yeah, I got a question.
yeah.
Do you use an email, like something to verify email from Apollo? Because
Yeah, I
like
do.
yeah,
Never
what
bounce.
what
It's called Never Bounce.
never bounce?
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect. I will use that
So if you
because
feel
I
like
got
your emails are going like bouncing a lot,
yeah
you get
yeah
that list from Apollo, put it into Never Bounce, and then it will verify the emails for you.
nice perfect.
Yeah. And I'm gonna share a spreadsheet template with you guys in the Discord where you can basically track. Once you start making cold calls, once you start LinkedIn messaging and emails, you're gonna get a lot of positive responses. You need to make sure you track them. And so it's basically called a CRM. I'll share that template with you, and that way you can stay up to date on what's happening and stuff. Because it's really easy to just forget about leads. And so yeah. Tomorrow Brandon has one sales call. I'm gonna review that in the next call that we have. And Brandon will definitely start joining these calls as well. He's just been really busy this last week. But he's a little bit more intermediate when it comes to outreach and getting clients and stuff. So it'll be helpful. So yeah, good luck. Make those calls. Hopefully by the next time we have this meeting, one of you guys have at least one demo booked. That would be good. And Renee, definitely make those changes to your system prompt. Add those examples. You can go over my prompt. I'll send it to you, and you can see the way I have those examples set out. Give that a try, and then hopefully that's fixed by the next couple of days.
Yeah, please send it to me because I don't know where.
No, I'll
I
send
am.
it to
Okay, perfect.
you. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
Is there an actual document of the cold calling script? Because right
Yeah,
now I just have. I'm not sure if I can see it in the thing, but like mine is just like a ChatGPT transcript of Nate's call.
Okay. Let me send that to you right now. I just sent it in the Discord.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna be looking forward to your end of day messages in Accountability Lab. And yeah, see you guys on Friday, 4 p.m. Same time.
See you guys Friday.
Awesome,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.